Hey guys, Nick, aka the one on Crisis YT, and today we're going to talk about school. I know a lot of you guys might be like, ugh, school, grr, and especially for those of you who haven't started back yet, I know that hearing school right before you start back, because I know most people will be starting back next week if they haven't already, it kind of does suck, but this video is meant to help you guys out once you do start back and get school back going. And what I'm going to be talking about in this video, as you can see in the title of the video, is how to become a better student, how to get better grades, how to just become a better overall student. Now, first off, and a lot of people wouldn't cover this in a video like this, but you have to be positive and want to be a good student, okay? Now, if you're like, I don't care about school is stupid, and all that stuff, well then guess what? You're not going to be able to be a good student. Your attitude isn't there, and that is something you have to have. You have to have a good attitude to make it somewhere in school and actually get good grades. Something that I always recommend to people is get to know the teacher. Okay, get to know the teacher one-on-one. Shake their hand at the door if they're standing at the door. Offer the handshake. You know, I mean, they will take it most likely, and it would probably freak them out because most teenagers don't do that or wouldn't do that. This is not normal nature to offer to shake someone's hand as a teenager, but your teachers will remember that. A lot of people might say, class teacher's pet or something like that. Damn straight on the teacher's pet. You know why? Because if I know the teacher better, they're more willing to help me out. And if they like me, they're more willing to help me out. I mean, teachers are people too. And if you want to succeed in school, you'll be willing to get to know your teachers a little bit better. Also, something I want to stress is if you're out a day, if you're absent from school a day, a week, whatever, make sure you email your teacher every day. Be like, okay, what did we do in class today? I'm sorry, I'm sick, but what did we do in class? What was the homework? Did we get a worksheet? What did we go over? Just so I can look at it myself, so you won't be as far behind, if behind at all, when you get back to school. This is something that a lot of people will do in college, that if you start doing in high school, it'll help you out so much. Okay, so there's just the basics of some stuff you need to do. Now, studying. Now, I know a lot of people have problems studying, and they really can't. Something about it, they zone out. They just can't grasp, like, being able to study. Their minds wander, and they just can't do it. So, here's some tips for studying. First off, if your problem is Xbox. A lot of people play Xbox, and in a way, I think gaming and Xbox can be somewhat of an addiction. It's a minor addiction, and it's easily beatable. It's a mental addiction, not like a physical addiction, but at the same time, I think there is some merit there. So, say you just think about Xbox all the time. I used to be like this. I thought about Xbox all the time, but I also cared about my grades, and I cared about school. So, what I did was I would come home, I'd play a match of Call of Duty, and then in between the matches, I'd back out of the lobby, and then I'd study for 10 minutes. I'd play a match, study for 10 minutes. Play a match, study for 10 minutes. So you play 10 matches, and you play 6 matches, and boom, you've studied for an hour. Okay, you play 10, you've studied for an hour and, math, an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. An hour and, God, I don't even know. Screw math. If you study for 12 matches, so you play 12 matches, and then you study in between each match for 10 minutes, you've studied a total of 2 hours. So that is a really easy way to still be able to play Xbox and still study and get your homework done. If it's homework and not studying, per se, homework is a form of studying. But if it's homework, do like your homework, 10 minutes of homework in between matches. And hey, you might just get your homework done like in 1 or 2 matches. You know, play 2 matches and boom, your homework's done. And that's a great thing to do. And that's what I used to do whenever I was kind of addicted to Call of Duty, I guess you could say. Okay, now, studying for tests and honors and AP classes is a little bit different, okay? So AP classes, for those of you who don't know, are college-level courses. They have college curriculums and things like that, and they're ran most of the time like college classes, meaning you don't have a lot of homework, so you're just expected to look at the material on your own. Now, the problem with that is a lot of high school students don't think about it, but it's very true. You want to look at this material when you're at home. You're supposed to. If you want to get an A in that class and, get on the all-A honor roll or all A and B honor roll, you are going to have to study your AP classes and study in your honors classes and really push for the gold there. And my best recommendation for that is 15 minutes a night looking over the past day's notes, and then, so you take notes on that day, and then look over those notes for 15 minutes. And then if you're supposed to read new material, look at new material, look at that for 15 minutes or however long it takes you to finish what you're supposed to finish. So that's my tips on that. It's a lot more rigorous and it's a lot more attention that you have to put to it, but it really shows off on tests and things like that in the honors and AP level classes. And that's what I take mostly. I am in one regular class, and it's math. I really do not enjoy math, and that's why I'm in a regular math class this year. But nevertheless, I am taking an AP class, and that's what you have to do. Just study your notes from the previous day and then read new material. And you can study 30 minutes a day and get an A in an AP class. And sometimes, if it's like a really hard AP class, you might have to study for an hour a day, 30 minutes looking over notes, 30 minutes reading from the textbook or text or whatever you're supposed to do. And boom, there you go. So there's my tips for that. Something else I wanted to cover was specifically final exams. A lot of people will... Okay, so say you've had a terrible semester, you've not taken any of these tips, and you found these tips at the end of the semester, and you're trying to crunch for your final exam. Well, first off, I hope it's at least a week away, because trying to crunch the night before really doesn't help that much. You might be able to get a few things, but it really doesn't help all that much. I never cram for tests because, in all honesty, I don't believe it helps, and I do just perfectly fine. But, so say it's a week away. What are you going to do? First off, don't study what you already know. That is something a lot of people would do for final exams that you shouldn't do. If it's a cumulative final exam, don't study stuff you already know. Focus on things you don't know, and then after you've studied everything you feel like you don't know in the whole entire, all the notes you've taken in the textbook, whatever, then go back and start looking at things you do know. And that is something I can't stress enough, is make sure you only study things you don't know. Look over, maybe just jog your memory real quick on things you do already know and things you know very well, but don't spend a majority and a lot of time on them because you don't need to. Okay? Now, that's the thing. You don't need to do it. And because of that, you shouldn't. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, we'll just leave it with that. You don't need to study things you already know because you already know them. Study things you don't already know, and improve them. So, I'm going to give a little bit of motivational speech here because there's about a minute of gameplay left. For those of you who have sit through all of this commentary and are still like, but I'm just not motivated. I'm not motivated to do my work. I'm going to ask you something. What do you want to be when you grow up? That's not the question of the day, but what do you want to be when you grow up? Get out of high school. Get out of college. What do you want to do? Because you are going to have to pass these high school classes and pass high school to get that job. To get that money that you want, to get that Porsche, to get that nice house. You're going to have a good job, and to get a good job, you're going to have to make it through high school. So that is my little motivational speech there. Today's question of the day is, what do you need help with? Tell me in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to help you guys out. If you're like, I can't study for this test, and I'm having this issue that you didn't cover in the video, I will be happy to help you in the comment section down below. Do not, and I will repeat, do not be afraid to tell me in the comment section down below that you need help, and I will be happy to help you guys out. This is my situation, and I don't know what to do. Can you help me out? Yes, I can help you out. I'll be happy to at least give you an answer. So post your comments down below. I will check all those out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If we get this video to 60 likes, that would be awesome. So yeah, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it or it helped you out. 60 likes would be incredible. So yeah, guys, I'm Crisis YT, and I'm out. Peace.